Y'all know what it is. It's the Find the Boxer game. Purchase a box for a chance at winning $500. One of 54 boxes has a missing boxer inside. Purchase your box or boxes by Cash Apping $ usual 50/50. Include your box number, name, and email address. Your box number will be confirmed and sent directly to your email. Each box is $20 with a 1 in 54 chance of winning. Remaining proceeds will go directly to the LDBC meet and greet in Las Vegas. Shout out to the LDBC, and remember,
it's a usual suspect day.
Y'all know what it is. It's the usual suspect 650-50 draw. Buy your tickets now for your chance at winning half the pot. Cash App, $ usual 50/50. Tickets on sale for $10 for one, $20 for 3 tickets, and $50 for 10 tickets. Put your desired amount, name or alias, as well as your email address, and your tickets will be set. We announce the winning ticket numbers every other Friday on Supreme Beats Boxing Talk Bullshitting on the Beltway, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Remaining proceeds will go directly to the LDBC meet and greet in Las Vegas. Shout out to the LDBC, and remember,
it's a usual suspect day.
Push the weight and I'm flexing. Flex the livest one in the section. With the runner boy, you nigga, no question. You will run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for.
It's crazy. You pay vitamin C too?
I just put on glutathione right now. I'm gonna put vitamin C and everything in here.
It's weird. You start tasting it in your mouth. I love that.
What happens when Ryan Garcia does not have his super juice?
Whack, jack, smack. Right here.
Hey Ryan, they canceling the face-off. They try to kick us out. They canceling the face-off. Gotta pick it up, Ryan.
This is round 12.
Buenos tardes. El Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shootout to the mighty LDBC. I wish you happy Cinco de Mayo. El Nata 86 in this El Super Chat. Salute Drew and salute to the mighty LDBC. Buenos tardes. Skipping the roll call. English not too good this evening. El Tat Lawson. I bet you Mr. Press 1, like you stole, aka the Black Diggum from Sugar Smacks, looking boy, is in a corner somewhere crying along with Beaching Seagull. Buenos tardes. I skip the roll call. English not so good. Salute to everyone. This is Macho Libre. We discuss boxing, please. Ral Neal, Juventud Guerrera. That's be me. Happy Cinco de Mayo. ¿Qué? ¿Qué? Let us run the video back.
It's crazy. You pay vitamin C too?
I just put on glutathione right now. I'm gonna put vitamin C and everything in here.
It's weird. You start tasting it in your mouth. I love that.
What happens when Ryan Garcia does not have his super juice?
Whack, jack, smack. Right here.
Hey Ryan, they canceling the face-off. They try to kick us out. They canceling the face-off. Gotta pick it up, Ryan.
This is round 12.
And just when y'all thought y'all was gonna get offended, before the detractors come up in here and start saying, "Oh God, Drew's being racist." Yeah, let me just put that up there for y'all guys to read it. Go ahead and read that before you get mad at my Nacho Libre mask. Somebody bought me that, by the way. I'm dead serious. Somebody bought me that. Macho Libre. That's me. El Drew Titan. Yeah, right. Yeah. Thank you, Tay-Tay. Listen, did y'all know that Ryan said on the Twitter, if I lose a rollie, I'm going to jail with Diddy. That's what he said. Is that the real reason why he was crying in the car? All right. Is that the real reason why he was crying in the car? Tell me. See if I got something else for y'all. See if this will fit. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Salute, Sensei, in the building. Salute, brother. How are you?
Yo, what's good?
What's going on? Yeah, I'm just laying some groundwork, and I'm getting on a clowning out right now before we get into this serious business. Hold on. Y'all gonna love this.
Man, fuck that.
He gonna cry in the car. He gonna cry in the car. He gonna cry in the car. He gonna cry in the car.
Salute to Rolly Romero. I guess the question this evening is there anybody in the chat that figured Ryan Garcia would get outboxed by Rolly Romero? Anyone saw that coming? Anybody? I mean, be honest. Well, outside of my brother Junior, because he's the only person that I know picked Rolly to win. Did anybody figure that this dude was going to get outboxed by Rolly Romero? I owe Rolly an apology. I thought Rolly was going to go in there and start swinging for the fences and get caught within 4 to 5 rounds. I'm dead serious. But you know what? You find out by the time we got to after round 2, after he got dropped, and Ryan made no adjustments. Zero. I don't know what Derek James was saying. Whatever he was saying, either it was Ryan not listening or Ryan not being able to. He couldn't perform. He couldn't execute. There was no adjustments. There was no ring IQ. I can't unsee that. Where was the adjustments? Jab, left hook off the jab, jab, left hook, right, jab, left hook, miss, pick, miss. Rolly stayed on the phone. He stayed on the phone. Your man showed up in the Batmobile and left like the Joker. But I was for sure watching the screen like the Riddler put that up. I said, okay, round 3, here come the adjustment. Round 4, adjustment. Round 5, round 6, Rolly. Then got Bill and Devin sitting there taunting him. Nothing. Did Ryan not blame? I saw the General's video. Did he blame something about Derek James' car smelling a certain way? Is that an excuse? Do I smell a whore? Do I smell a whore? Yo, say nothing. Say nothing. Devin Haney knocks Ryan out in a rematch. Devin Haney knocks Ryan out in the rematch. What you saw, and shout out to Turkey Al Sheik, what you saw was another cheater that fought clean. That's what you saw. And once again, the curtain got pulled back on another animal. Ryan Garcia was out of the ring for as long as Devin Haney was outside the ring. The only person looking sharp was Devin. And by the way, we're going to talk about Devin's performance. But before y'all get on y'all high and mighty, because I know the haters are in here, y'all know Ramirez went to the hospital with a broken rib, right? Or ribs, plural. Y'all do know that, right? Good. So now that we know that, you know where Devin went? After this, what you see back here, you know where Devin went? Back to where we were to party. Y'all saw it. Now the mark on his face. Ramirez went to the hospital. All right, man, I see you. But this is the Ryan show. This is his third body type. You filthy animals. His third. He looked like a crackhead versus Tank. Tank had him at all these disadvantages and broken ribs.
Then he looked like the damn Hulk in the Blob fighting Devin. Y'all let him get away with that, but not really. He got caught. And now he's in this fight with bitch tits. And he got outboxed by Rolly Romero. Don't talk to me about ring rust. Where was the adjustments? Where was the IQ? I saw the left hook, but so did Rolly. Nothing. And I'm going to tell you something else. All of those guys, Devin, Rolly, all those guys that went from 135 and now walking around at 147, all those kids look stronger now. Rolly was in there looking like Bruce Lee in the physique. Rolly's never out of shape. Rolly was in shape. Rolly was stronger than Ryan, y'all. I don't know if y'all paid attention. Ryan's not strong. He's fast, but you know it's coming. How do you beat Ryan? Here's my right hand. Stay on the phone. Stay on the phone, right? That's how you beat Ryan. Where was the IQ? How many losses is this for Derrick James? Let's go backwards. You got Ryan. Then you got Ryan with the no contest. You got Frank Martin. Who else? Errol. Go ahead, Stormy. I got a lot of more, but go ahead, Stormy. Good evening, brother.
Well, the only thing I can say, man, I was trying to get something to pull up here for you. Let's see if I can get it.
Good old Derrick James.
Oh man, it doesn't necessarily let me do this. Palpatine.
Oh, word art, man. That's what he said. Oh boy, that guy got to eat every ounce of crow. Every ounce. You can't blame Pegs. You know what I'll give Tank? Tank made sure.
Did you see that quote that I shared to the group chat?
Yes, I did.
From him?
Yeah.
He got a lot of nerve, don't he?
Yo, you know what? These guys move like the changing of the wind. You know who I didn't see and I was looking for? I didn't see Buckeyed 3D man. 3D man. The grown adolescent.
Well, you know,
see him.
He has to hide now. He has to hide. But they'll be back out. Well, no, what I was gonna say, and pardon me, I was a little distracted because I thought I would be able to pull up something to share with you, but I can't because the file, I can't share it. But no, I forgot that Rolly had Mr. Solace in his corner. I like you say sometimes I can't see everything.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to know that whenever that man is present,
mm-hmm.
he's never going to put somebody out there that's ill prepared.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What I noticed about Rolly's performance with Ryan, there was a cool, understated confidence that never it never yelled out, it never made it so. It was almost like when you just, you know, you got something, I got it, I got this, and you don't have to tell nobody, you don't have to convince anybody, you just have to go out and do your job.
Right.
And he did that But what I don't think that he realized, probably his trainer did though, was that when he dropped Ryan early, the fight was over right there.
Talk about it, brother. It was.
The fight was over right there because several things happened at once. The first indication was this. He didn't even catch Ryan clean.
That's right.
That was a clubbing shot that basically showed his strength.
Mm-hmm.
And Ryan not roided up.
That's right.
Not having a false sense of confidence. Remember, that's the thing that these PED users and their camp people like to say. We're trying to build this confidence. We've heard that before. And the other thing that happened was Ryan was like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because it became real to him in that moment. You saw the look on his face.
Yeah.
The look wasn't like, oh damn, I got caught or nothing. It was like, uh-oh, what do I do now? So he immediately got up and went into this mode where he was getting ready to try to land his left hook.
Mm-hmm.
But because he was ill prepared, didn't have his assistants helping him,
mm-hmm.
didn't have confidence to be able to box because he's never invested in that as far as a professional. Many of his coaches and trainers have said that in the past, haven't they? Reynoso talked about him.
Reynoso said it.
Canelo talked about it. The kid got talent, but he's not serious. He won't come to the gym and train and stuff like that. Joe Goosen talked about it. Well, Ryan is his own guy. You just got to let him do what he does. All of this. And Derek James has shown that, though he doesn't say anything, and the reason why Derek James doesn't talk is because we can nail his ass every time he says something.
Every time he says something, we can nail him because he's ignorant like that. Yeah, I said that, and I'll say it again. He's ignorant like that. Mm-hmm.
So all of these things happened at one instance, and the fight was over. Ryan became, at that point, a game quitter. It's always been said about game quitters in the past. They'll put on the face and the front that they are going through the motions and everything, but there's no effort to gain a favorable result because they fear their own failure so much that they are held hostage by that. They don't even try. So they just go through round after round. Each round was like the previous round. And that's what you saw as a result of his effort. If Rolly would have decided to bite down, get angry, and go after him, he probably would have cowered on his knees.
Yep.
But the most beautiful thing of it all was the fact that many other people now are starting to say, with no ostarine or any other byproducts that are banned, he's nothing. And did Pitbull Cruz not say he can't beat Devin clean?
Yep.
And did Rolly not say he was confident because he knew that there were three things that Ryan couldn't beat: Tank, him, and mental health?
Hey, wait a minute. What did his new girlfriend, Tiafimo, even say? Last week he said, hey man, I think Floyd told him to come in 3 pounds over. Said it straight to his face. it looks like everybody's abandoning ship. That's what it looks like. And it started to happen when this man took his shirt off. Because athletes and trainers looked at that and said, oh, we know what's going on. Now, again, I said, okay. I still got him beating Rolly. You know why? Watch this, y'all. How many of y'all said Rolly was done? Listen, that fight against Esau Cruz was bad. I spoke to Rachel Donaire, who spoke to him after that fight. I asked her, how's Rolly doing? She said he's still having headaches. It was a week later. He was still having headaches. I said he need to be careful now. He came back, had a little fight. He had some get backs or whatever. But I said, you know, once Ryan, I was still giving Ryan the benefit of the doubt. I said, once Ryan lands, it's going to be back to business. Nope. Delano, I'm not even going to read your comment, brother. I read it, but I'm not even going to read it out loud, brother. Because this ain't got nothing to do with Mellow Yellow, bro. Everybody that's left 135 have moved on. Mellow Yellow could do what he needs to do at 135. And I don't know what that is. He got Lamont Roach issues, so whatever. Ain't nobody running from that.
Let me say something.
Let me read this super chat. I'm gonna let you cook. I see. I know, bro. I know. You see, Boxing Fan Times 4 in that super chat. He says ring rust is only a factor if you are used to fighting at least 3 to 4 times a year. But Ryan doesn't. He usually fights once a year. Exactly. And again, him and Devin was out of the ring the exact same amount of time. Devin was sharp. Ryan was, well, we all saw. Go ahead, Sensei. Go ahead.
Delano Layman. F+. Get the hell out of the class, because though Rolly has been referred to by myself as remedial, you are far worse than that. Because the last time any of us in this conversation have checked, Mellow Yellow hasn't been a part of the conversation or consideration. In fact, for about the past 6 years, all of these guys that were on this card were available to him. And he purposely made no point of reference to look their way, call them out, invite them over for a meeting to discuss a deal. But people like you can sit up and say something like that when we're talking about people who have moved on. He got Lamont Roach problems, whether you like that or not. Jake Paul or not. You guys who like to carry his lime green handbags or not. Baltimore.
So Jackie didn't like the card. He says boxing needs new talent. The card was disgraceful. This is the 16-year-old. Jackie, I need you to answer fast. Who's Jai Opatai? You probably can't even spell that man's last name. Who is Jai Opatai? Please be quick, because I have a show to do. Because he said boxing needs new talent. Who's Jai Opatai? Exactly. Wrenches. Give this kid $86,000, and I'll see you next week. Wrench gang.
Bust his head to the white meat.
Come on!
All right. Now we can talk some boxing. I said, who's Jai Opatai? BPMB, what up? He says, we need some new talent. Who's Jai Opatai? He says, who? Okay. All right. See how you handle that? Now, what you do, Jackie, is Google it. Jai is next up, but whatever. Man, anyway. This is
too much.
We're celebrating Ryan Garcia, y'all. We loving brown people, y'all. It's Cinco de Mayo weekend. We loving brown people, y'all. Right? Shout out to the monkeys. That was sitting there, you know, Shakur on his, you know, sitting there talking about get your guard up, Ryan. I mean, the knuckle draggers was in full effect. Man, they look real troubled that Ryan was getting his ass beat.
Why didn't y'all just go climb that fence over there and get in the ring and help Ryan?
He needed y'all help? Oh, shit. Where's Floyd? Floyd Mayweather did say he put money on Rolly, though. Interesting. He put money on Rolly. But shit on Dev? You niggas are... Hey, yo. Cash out Lex Daly says T.O. beat Barboza, who beat Ramirez. Are you guys going to talk about that? Well, we're having a conversation. I don't know what point you're trying to make. I don't know what point you're making, brother. I don't understand. T.O. beat Barboza. He did. Beat him convincingly. T.O. looked good. Who beat Ramirez? What? I'm not sure. What do you want me to say about that? T.O. beat Barboza, who beat Ramirez. What are you trying to say? Cash out elect. What's your name? Let's highlight that. You want my attention? Okay, you got it. What are you trying to say? Diana, salute, Queen. What are you trying to say? Sugar-free Mars, a pleasure hanging out with the Queen. Man, we was representing.
Yeah.
Yeah, cash out Alex Daly. What are you trying to say? Be clear, because I have a response for you. I got a response for you. You're taking too long, because you know where I'm going. Oh, there go Dante. Here we go. Read that. Read that. Please stop, dude. Don't come in here with this nonsense. You see how easy this is? This is why they say triangle theories are not really safe. See, this is what I'm saying. My God, man. My God. This is why he quiet now.
Empty, man.
This is crazy. This is why he quiet. He says, T.O. beat Barboza, who beat Ramirez. Are you guys going to talk about that? But then the good brother Dante, it was on my mind. It was on my mind, but see, the family's on it. Now, sir, what are you trying to say? You see this? This meant something, because you know what happened with T.O. when he fought Cambozo? In his backyard? He lost. He lost all 3 belts. All 3.
And tasted the canvas.
Tasted the canvas. Got cut up, had a cunt on his eye and all that. We saw it. That happened. I'm only telling you what happened. I'm not lying. I ain't got to put no salt and pepper on it. That happened. Your man did a backflip in the ring and nobody was in the hoodoo. Everyone was packing up cameras. I was like, what's he flipping for? He lost. He lost. He lost.
And he famously asked his own people after a fight, do I still
got it? Huh? So I'm looking for your response. Since you want to talk about it, you see, you guys got to leave me alone.
This is about Ryan, stupid. T.O. did great the other day. You know what I said? I said I'd like to see T.O. and Devin if T.O. take the fight after ducking him for how many years? About 5 or 6?
What happened to the meeting with Bob?
What happened to that meeting with Bob? Hey, fella, stay out of grown folk business. Enjoy the show. My brother Manda Montemusa in that super chat, he said, Lil Jackie got Jack your ass.
Whoa! What the whack, jack, smack.
Shout out to Jackie.
Whack, jack, smack.
You're 16. I hope your homework's done. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
Grown folks conversations. John.
Bill D, salute. You said it's just a question, Drew. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. It wasn't just a question. This is what you said. T.O. beat Barboza, who beat Ramirez. Are you guys going to talk about that? I'm trying to talk about Ryan Garcia. Why are you I'm not even trying to talk about Devin. Devin did great. I don't want to hear it. I'm giving Devin the same courtesy because he deserves it that I tell y'all to back up off Shakur for. I didn't like how Shakur's outboxing De Los Santos and they show people leaving. I didn't like that. Y'all know I didn't like that. I said, man, if De Los Santos and everybody else don't like what Shakur does, change what he does. And no one's able to do it. I love Devin's performance. I loved it. Loved it. But look at how you worded this, young man. Look how you worded it. I am talking about it. Ramirez is a former unified champion, is he not? It's a former champion, some shit. Because you know why? You know why?
Fighter on the card.
Hey, you know why I really let all of that belt shit go? Because y'all don't care about belts. They collect dust, right? So I don't care. Everybody with Turk, get your money, get your names up, get your legacy up. I don't care. Get your bread. Now, I'm going to remind y'all, Ryan Garcia, y'all laughed and said, oh, you know, Devin's fighting on his undercard. Well, Devin won on his undercard. Ryan lost, and Ryan wasn't even the highest paid on that card.
Whoa! What the
Go! Stop. What's the name of this live? Time reveals all truth. The real OG, Mr. Mont, in that super chat, much love. Says salute to the family. Salute to you, OG. Salute.
And let me give a special salute to Mr. Mont, who called in to my show today and gave great conversation for the call-in show today. Salute to Mr. Mont.
All right, cash out, Alex. I'll take it for what it's worth. I'm off of it. Felix, what up? If I missed you in the chat, know that I love you. I'm off of it. You just got to watch how you word things. Because that seemed aggressive. Yo, listen, we did the belt thing. Did we not? Hey, undisputed. 4-belt era, undisputed. And the only people that clowned it, the people that backed fighters that weren't pursuing it. Deontay said one face, one name, and what the hell did you do? Y'all ran around Tyson Fury. Devin was undisputed. And what did y'all do? Clown him. Look who y'all loved on instead of the person that was doing work. Mellow Yellow and Mellow Yellow loving on his boyfriend. Don't worry, I got y'all right now.
Baltimore.
Baltimore. Yo, man, can I ask y'all a question? This is a real conversation, right? Let me ask y'all a question. Because we're going to get back to Ryan. We cooking Ryan. But here's a question. What's the date on that Lamont Roach rematch? I might go to that. I'm sorry? Oh.
Good night.
Manda Mansa Musa, back in that super chat, he says, from my heart to all Ryan's lovers.
Good night.
Where is Victor? I hope he's okay. Where is Mike S? I hope he's all right.
And when is Derek James going to answer Bill Haney's questions?
Good night.
Time reveals all truth.
He's still silent. When Bill asked him those two questions, he just sat there like his brain left his body.
Can I ask y'all a question? I see Coach Hudson, and there might be other coaches in here. When you training a fighter, is there any way you don't know that he's on something that he's not supposed to be on? Is there any way you don't know? That was a fair question he asked. And Bill even was very respectful. He said, legendary trainer. We love you. But is Ryan gonna be clean? And Derek stopped talking, man. Did he not? Am I making it up? He stopped talking. When he did that, I was like, what's he gonna say? What's he gonna say? He didn't say anything. That's like pleading the fifth, ain't it? Ain't it? Time reveals all truth. There ain't no way. But he was real animated at the post-fight last year. I was right there. He said, yeah, this motherfucker said, Ryan said, yeah, after I dropped him 3 times. Derek said 5 times. He sounded like Booker T. He sounded like a bald-headed Booker T. 5 times, 5 times, 5 times. I'm sitting there right with my camera like, oh shit. This is the most I ever heard him talk. 5 times? They called 3, but who's counting? Minor setback for a major comeback. That was when I thought it was clean. I said, I'm good. My guy lost. I'm good.
But on that dais, on Wednesday, he answered Bill's questions. No times.
Stupid butts.
So I think that hey, get them damn Coach of the Year trophies back.
Yeah, can we get that back?
Get them damn trophies back.
We need those back, man. LDBC gave him a Coach of the Year trophy a few years ago. Y'all remember that?
We'll give you a replacement award for that. Coon of the Year. How about that?
You know what? I want to get one made. Nice in bronze, a raccoon balancing on the head of a damn chimpanzee with a nut on his nose. Give them fuckers out.
See Derek James in person. You need to run his pockets, huh? For some.
We're gonna need that back. What really happened with him and Errol?
Hey,
we're gonna need that back.
If you ask me, I'm gonna tell you something. He's a man of few words, which I really respect. I wish I could be that way. Speaking of Errol, but he's a damn sure intelligent guy.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way he has moved over the past few years, and we're not even talking about him boxing in the ring. he has gotten away from individuals quietly.
Yeah.
And each one that he had one time been around or associated or affiliated with or whatever, all of them have crashed.
Every last one of them.
All of them. From the coach to the stable mates, to his mates as far as friends, AB, all of them fools, knuckleheads. He's gotten away from them. So shout out to Errol Spence.
Yep. That's some good work. That's some good work, man.
Very good work.
So my question to you Ryan Garcia fans.
Do you suck dicks?
Do y'all?
Do you suck dicks?
Where y'all at? In abundance. You know what was supposed to happen? Ryan was supposed to win, and Devin was supposed to get up in the ring. They can have a face-off because that was supposed to be the next fight. Now we don't know. You know what? I bet you, and salute to the sister Sugar Free, because she just said this on her show. He's not going to want that rematch. If you can't beat Rolly, yo, can I ask y'all a question, man? Can I ask y'all a question? Wait, hold on. Now, Delano, you gotta remember who you're talking to. You gotta remember who you're talking to. Let me ask the chat. When I started the show, who brought up Tank? Was it me? Or was it this guy who's in my age group, allegedly, who said, is it me or is everybody running away from Tank Davis? Running out of 135. Running the welterweight to get away from Tank. Did I say that? Or did he say that?
Allow me just to say one last thing about this guy right here. If I had a lower IQ, I could have a conversation with you.
Oh. I didn't bring the dude up. I didn't bring up Mellow Yellow. You did, Delano. I didn't do that. You did it. I said this is about Ryan. We're celebrating Ryan, I guess, right? Because y'all don't want to talk about Devin, right? All right, let's talk about Devin for a second. He got in the ring, and he didn't get touched. He touched up Ramirez, because what y'all might not know, Ramirez went to the hospital. You know what Devin did after this? What you see? Y'all saw my short? He came upstairs, and he ate some pizza. I saw it. Y'all saw it. He ate some pizza. Ramirez had a broken rib. He had to go to the hospital. I'm not lying. He had a great night. When you get into this ring and you don't get touched and you win, it's a great night. It's a great night. 0 damage. Ramirez was the only person that looked like he had a fight. He listened to his corner, and he is nice and preserved to what? Rock and roll to the Ryan Garcia fight. Ryan is the one that's got get bounced around the ring, dropped it. And what the hell's up with Ryan? Does he love the second round? When he fought Luke Campbell, didn't he get dropped in round 2? When he fought Tank, didn't he get dropped in round 2? He's fighting a Rolly. Round 2. 2, 4, 6. 2 more 6s is what? Number of the beast. Oh my God, y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop. 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 Don't let me start doing some numbers on y'all. I might scare y'all. 2, 4, 6. Okay. When is he supposed to be fighting Devin?
It was supposed to happen, what, in September? September's the 9th month of the year. I ain't gonna go there. I ain't gonna go there, y'all. Not even gonna go there. Y'all ain't ready. You're not ready. All of this shit makes sense if you really think about it. On a spiritual, universal standpoint, and on a boxing standpoint, all Turkey did is say, well, I'm gonna give y'all what y'all want. Money's not an option, just be clean. Fury fought 3 times with Turkey Al-Sheikh. How'd he look? He got dropped by Francis Ngannou, and some people said he lost. Ngannou got in there with AJ, and AJ mopped the floor with him. And you're looking like, wait a minute. AJ got rid of him. Fury fought him life and death. And then he loses 2 times to Usyk. Shout out to Usyk. He was just walking around Manhattan with his hands in his pocket, just looking around. BF was like, is that Usyk? This motherfucker's just walking around. Just mixing in with everybody. Dead serious. He lost to that guy. Lost to him. You understand? So now Ryan is drug free. Let me just put this up. Ryan is drug free. And look what happened. You really think he wants to fight Devin without some form of assistance? Are y'all paying attention or y'all just walking around?
Listen, let me add to that. Ryan was very disrespectful last year, right?
Yep.
He not only disrespected Devin, he disrespected the sport, the devotees of the sport, so true supporters of the sport. He had given delusion to others, the Floyd family, Muslims all over the world.
Yep.
However, with the way that things played out over this past weekend, there was something that Devin said that has rang true AF. Allah is the perfect planner.
Perfect planner.
When he asked Ryan, he got up on the ring apron after the fight was over and the announcement was made on the victor. He asked Ryan, he said, what happened? He didn't say, aha, you lost, or make fun or ridicule. He said, hey, what happened? Do you know that there are more people angry at Devin for asking him, hey, what happened, than people are angry with Rolly for beating Ryan?
Ain't that... Bro.
It's crazy. You can't make this stuff up, man. They mad at Devin for asking, what happened?
You know what? Let me just highlight. Let me address what the brother $1 Trillion Dream said. He says Devin looked fleet-footed for me, but I get what he was being cautious. I get he was being cautious, but that shit was boring. And I got love for Devin, but dog, I want to be entertained. I get it, but let me say this, $1 Trillion Dreams. Let me say this. After last year, Devin could do no wrong, ever. And we need to stop doing that. After last year, I'm not holding any fighter that I support. And there's only a handful now. Because I've tightened my belt. Devin could do no wrong moving forward. At the weigh-in, he got booed for no fucking reason. He could do no wrong. I don't care. The man was cheated. He's a man of God. He has his father in his life. He gets fucking cheated and he got booed. You should have saw it.
$1 trillion dreams. Wake the fuck up out of your dreams. Huh? What do you want from Devin Haney? Too flea-footed, huh? But when he was out there chasing Ryan down each and every time he got knocked down, he got up and got after his ass, huh? Winning every round that he didn't get knocked down. But it's still ha ha he, because he got knocked down. But it's not like, oh my God, he's showing heart and spirit and fervor because he's coming right after him. He's not afraid of contact. It's no understanding that the will of a fighter who wants to challenge himself, who relishes the opportunity to show this is why I do what I do, huh? Not avoiding, but seeking out opponents. Ryan turned down the fight against Ramirez. But I forget, you were unconscious. $1 trillion worth of sleeping on the facts. You guys come out here and you talk and you ridicule and you act as if you're standing on something, but you're trying to build homes on sand shores. That shit will not stand. The Ramirez camp, Robert Garcia, who I still say is one of the best trainers in the sport, but there's something that he's missing, and I'll speak to my brother Drew behind the scenes because I'm not going to give you that gem so he can correct it because he's going to continue to make the mistake. And I'll tell Drew what it is, and he'll know, and he's going to nod his head in approval immediately. But they prepared for the Devin that faced Ryan. The Devin that faced Ryan went for the smoke. It didn't matter that Ryan had knocked him down. He was going to do that anyway. Why? Because he was trying to give the boxing public an exciting champion who sought out the challenge. It just so happens that he ran into a burning house where the cards were stacked against him through cheating. We found that out later in the aftermath, but it didn't stop him. And the class that he showed, even in the so-called decision lost at that time, he said that Allah is the perfect planner. Allah doesn't make mistakes. Your beloved Ryan Garcia said F the Muslims, huh? And all of you N-words out there, huh? And he wanted to resurrect Mr. Floyd, who's departed, and delete him again so he could go join the Ku Klux Klan. But during this promotion leading up to Friday night's events, the announcers talked about a layoff, time away. They spoke nothing of the punishment that was meted out for cheating. Cheating that he confessed to, copped a plea to get a softer sentence. Because had he not copped the plea, he would probably still be suspended, if not banned. Because they have him dead to rights with evidence. But yet and still, to you, Devin be flea-footed. The only thing he needs to flee from is the kind like you. because you try to come out under the auspice that you really are a supporter, but you're not. You're one of those that says, "What's the matter, boss? We sick?" There they go over there, boss. I heard them say that they was going to leave tonight at 1 a.m. This the route that they said they going to take, boss.
I just said, $3 James, brother, I just said that Devin fought a safe fight. And I don't give a damn if he fights like that for the rest of his career. Because it's his opponent's team, it's his opponent's mission to stop what he does. Because when Devin really tried to go out on the shield, look what happened. I mean, really, look at everything that happened. Everything. No one said anything about his heart. They laughed at him. And a lot of it was my people, these people, it was us. So it's thankless. It's thankless. It's thankless. I said he fought a cautious fight. He took 0 damage, and he was ready to rock and roll into the Ryan fight. But Ryan fucked it up. And all I see about Ryan is the pity party. It's a pity party. And I'm telling you right now, I had an hour. I was talking with Sugar Shane Mosley for like an hour. Like an hour. In front of the hotel, we had a lot. And Shane Mosley, we exchanged information. I just texted him. Good brother. He was telling me things about what they was doing in camp and what Devin was doing. He didn't even show it because he don't need to. Just know that kid is healthy. He ain't got to drain down to no uncomfortable weight anymore. 147 gonna have some problems. But Ramirez didn't put him in
finished.
Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I wasn't finished because I want to grill and saute this fool for saying what he said. Because I'm making valid points here and I haven't lied to you yet. Jose Carlos Ramirez is a one-dimensional fighter who has had great success in the sport of boxing, both amateur and professional. Two-time world champion, almost became a unified champion for undisputed, but lost to Josh Taylor, who had a bit more flexibility than he did. However, the Devin that they trained for was the guy that fought Ryan Garcia. That's the last that they had on. But this is the thing. You see, I didn't get to this part yet, though. See, some of you forget the fact of what Floyd Mayweather Sr. said about Devin years ago. He said that if there is any way that you can compare someone to my son, the closest thing would be Devin Haney. That's coming from the father of the great Floyd Mayweather Jr. So, if anybody had any privy to watching Devin fight before he came into being on television on a regular basis, he fought a lot like what he fought Friday.
Yes, sir.
The movement, keeping his feet going, throwing punches and combinations, keeping guys turning, that was always a part of his repertoire.
Yep.
Him choosing to engage like he did against Lomachenko, like he did against Kambosos in the first fight. Those were choices made by him, because not only is he capable of fighting that way, but he understands and recognizes that people like to see you kind of mix it up a little bit.
Don't block him, y'all. We're just having a conversation. Sometimes it gets like that. Don't block him.
He enjoyed what was happening Saturday. I told Drew in a conversation, a text message, I said, I don't like that, he's not throwing enough punches for my taste. Didn't I say that?
Yeah, you said that.
But I could see what he was doing.
Right.
And as the rounds amassed, what happened is Ramirez couldn't adjust to it. So you keep doing it. You keep doing it because it becomes what Nazim Richardson used to say, swimming without getting
wet.
Swimming
without getting wet. Yep.
In other words, you're not there to make him look good. You're not there to make the people watching feel good.
That's right.
You're there to win the match. Now, it was okay a year ago when Ryan came in to win under the auspices by any means necessary, including cheating.
Mm-hmm.
So why isn't it okay for him to get out there, stick and move, and mimic Ray Leonard, bust up some ribs along the way, and take the guy completely out of the fight? I think it was called a UD victory. Am I right?
Unanimous
A
decision.
UD. A UD means across the board, the judges saw favor for you. How many rounds did Ramirez win?
None. 0. It was a wash.
How many rounds did Ryan win?
Maybe 2. Maybe. He got washed. He got washed.
It's all about from what vantage point you sit. And Cat Williams told you over a year ago that it is God's side and the other side. And I think a great many of you have chosen your seat. Don't get up now just because it's getting hot.
Yep.
I'm done.
Let me say this before I get to all the super chats, and I appreciate you guys. Trillion Y'all Jeans, we're just having a conversation, and you don't have a wrench because I haven't given you one. It's no shade or nothing like that. You ain't got to be a wrench to kick it. You know what I mean? Ain't got nothing to do with that. What I'm basically in a nutshell, what I'm saying is, stylistically, BFTB, my brother, salute. Stylistically, it might not be your forte, but you have to understand why Devin did what he did. This is a thankless sport, and it was proven since last year. As soon as the fight ended, how he was treated, how Bernard, his Muslim brother, his own Muslim brother treated him, how the industry treated him and Bill, all of that stuff. Devin could do no wrong. I don't care. For them to put Ryan, when I say them, I'm talking about the industry, meaning the fanatics and the boxing public, right? To not acknowledge that this kid is a cheater and a racist and everything else. For them to treat Devin like he did something wrong, Devin could do no wrong. I don't have to be fair anymore. And that's the problem with black people. And Trillion, I know you're going to feel me on this. As a black man, you saw what they did. So what I'm saying to you is, what you just put in the chat, that could be something off air you could share and we could talk about amongst each other. But you can't put that out for people to hear or to read. That's part of being on code. You understand what I'm saying, brother? That's what I'm saying. That's not for others to hear. That's like you, your brother, your sister, y'all could be fighting and tearing each other up in the house. But when y'all go outside and someone jump on your brother or sister, y'all better fight together. I'm disappointed in the industry. I'm disappointed in how Bernard Hopkins has conducted himself. I'm disappointed to see Shakur telling Ryan to keep his hand up. They were literally rooting against Rolly. I don't know what that was. I'm just disappointed in these cats. I'm disappointed.
And we have to stay on code. Was it rock'em sock'em? Nah, it wasn't. But I understand why Devin did what he did. He was never in trouble. I never thought Ramirez would. And let me get this. Let me be very, very clear. Ramirez is a dog. If he lands on anybody in that division, if he lands clean, they're in trouble. Devin is so talented that Ramirez was punching fresh air. And if no one liked what Devin, it's not for us to like. We can have an opinion on it, but the person that should have had the biggest problem with it is Ramirez. Now, between Ramirez and his team, they couldn't do anything to alter what Devin was doing in the ring. And with that being said, if they couldn't alter it, that's their fault. So Devin pitched the shutout. It's not Devin's fault. I've been saying that about Floyd the whole time. You don't like what Floyd does? You got to put him in there with someone that can change it. And then once you take that position, what happens is they start talking about how he's an asshole and this, that. I'm not having that conversation. Because what's going to happen now on these other channels, you know what happens? Devin pitched the shutout, and they're over there talking about his baby mama, his wife, whatever, and his hair, and his gold chains, and so, all of that stuff has nothing to do with what we saw. What we saw was a masterclass performance. And what we need to be talking about is what Ramirez needs to fix. Because what's Ramirez going to do against Shakur if he fights him? The same thing's going to happen. Maybe not breaking the ribs, because the real pillow fist is Shakur. He breaks his hands. His hands like powdered milk. That's the real pillow fist. Ramirez went to the hospital. Did y'all know that? Devin came up to the hotel for the after party. And we were all chilling. Devin ate a slice of pizza. Ramirez went to the hotel. I mean, he went to the hospital, to the ER. Just like Lomachenko. He cried. He lost. He cried. And he went to the emergency room with broken ribs. How's that for pillow fist? And it's a whole problem. It's a whole problem at 147. Y'all might not. This is bully tactics. A lot of haters put things out. The media puts out weird things. And because it wasn't pleasing to the eye, what happened the last time Devin tried to be pleasing to the eye? He was in there against a goddamn cruiserweight who was roided up and got no respect for having heart and was disrespected even after this dude was found out to be a cheater and a racist. And you still got monkeys there telling him to defend himself against Rolly. He couldn't defend himself against Rolly. So instead of clowning Ryan and calling him out for what he is, we can't have brothers talking about, I was unmoved by the performance. You know what I'm unmoved by? Canelo. Did that feel like a Canelo fight? No, it didn't. The only difference is it's Canelo. William Skull had to press the issue. He had to press the issue to get that. I knew they were going to do that to him. But Skull was never hurt. You understand? How many shitty fights, shitty opponents did Canelo give us? So before, look, I'm done. I was never on disrespecting Devin. I was never on that. And after last year, this kid is golden with me. DHP is golden with me, especially after last year. So that's what I'm talking about. We got to remain on code. So I understand your position on being entertained, but what I'm saying, brothers, that this ain't the atmosphere for us to be doing that. No, absolutely not. Let me read these super chats. My brother Eric Jordan in that super chat, he said Devin outboxed, outclassed Ramirez and fought his fight. He sure did. He sure did. Todd French in that super chat, he says, if another goofy mofo say good footwork is boring, it would be too soon. That's like a villain telling the Flash not to use his super speed so I can hit you. I know, man. And look, we are hyped right now. We're in protective mode because we've been here before. All right, they just did this shit to Deontay. They tried to get Devin, Every time I turn around and we got a brother that's doing something great, the media and the fans, they're always trying to knock us off a pedestal. And it's a form of buck breaking. They buck broke AJ in New York, man. They poisoned him. He's so stupid, he didn't realize that. Just weird shit, man. Just weird. And this is the time. Because Devin looked phenomenal. And he's not shake. He's not shake. He wasn't shook off of anything. That was up for Ramirez to jump on him and see if he was mentally there. Ramirez couldn't touch him, man. And I wanted to see the Ryan Garcia fight. Ryan Garcia don't want to run that back because of one thing I said, and I was telling Sugar Free Mars this. He don't know how his body's going to behave off that product. Now he quiet. His voice, it's not changing. He don't sound like 3 different people. He's not having these roid rages, like tearing up hotel rooms. This guy was having roid rage full breakdowns. And we were told to ignore that. So I don't care how Devin fights. He could fight just like that for the rest of his career, the next 10 years. I'm fine. Because it doesn't matter. You don't like what he does, and get someone in there to do it. But don't get too close. Because Shane told me some ish. This kid is at his natural weight now. Y'all gonna have problems. When someone do get him in that triangle and try and mix it up with him, don't be surprised if they're assing up on the floor. Salute the phenomenal Mexican in that super chat. Much love. He said Chris Mannix wants to get on his knees for Canelo. He sure does, bro. He sure does, man. My God. And Mike Cappinger did instant transmission because he damn sure was in New York Friday. And last night, 6 in the morning in Saudi, he was there. He's like, oh, got to blow Canelo. And he was over there. Crazy. Real Spill Midwest Boxing talking that super chat. Much love. He said, salute Drew and Stormy B, man. After Friday, the zone won't get another penny out of me. The narrative was loud and clear. Brother, I feel you, man. I feel you. The comment, well, I'll talk about that in a second. Eric Jordan back in that super chat. Ramirez never made any adjustments, same as Ryan. Yeah, bro, it was all too, oh man. Todd French in that super chat, he said goofy mofos need to learn how to cut off the ring. They do. They do. That was up to Ramirez. And he's a dangerous puncher, but he couldn't do anything. Eric Jordan in that super chat, he said the ninja sword never makes mistakes. Discipline wins again.
Give power to my nigger sword!
Eric Jordan back in that super chat. He said Devin boxing IQ is pure genius. Ramirez lightweight. Freedom's marching that super chat. Salute. He said Devin was scared. He said he was a shell of himself. These are questions he's asking. And still pitched a shutout against a former unified champ. Imagine his next fight when he's at form. Devin was, listen, y'all didn't see.
Let me say something about fighters taking risks and going for broke.
Uh-huh.
There was an opportunity or two for Ramirez to do that.
Uh-huh.
But it was just based in what you just alluded to, what Shane shared with you, and what I was able to see from television at home. Devin hit him with some shit that he said, oh,
yes,
this is a little bit different. They didn't tell me about this.
That's what I'm saying, brother. Yes.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing. You have to be able to show that when it's necessary, but you don't have to parade or flaunt it. Mm-hmm. That's how you keep them. Why do you think Floyd kept getting people in traps?
Yep.
Floyd could go out there and buckle down and hunt someone down and get them out, but that was not his game. Floyd's game was to outsmart you in the ring and outbox you. And see, when you have someone who has the ability to have that IQ like that and then have the talent to mesh with it, it's almost like talking about Bruce Lee and his ideologies and applications toward the philosophical aspect of martial arts, and then having the talent to be able to execute it before your eyes. It's one thing for someone to say, you do it this way or whatever. And it's another thing for you to hear someone say, do it like this, and then they put it on display for you, and you go like, holy crap, I can't do that. That's what that is.
Yeah. Everyone talking about Floyd couldn't crack, but I ain't seen nobody walking Floyd down either, walking through everything. The only person that tried that was Marcus Madonna. And then you know what you found out? And listen, I was talking to Shane Mosley, y'all. You think the Floyd fight ain't come up? You know what Shane told me? I said round 2 of that fight. Thought you had him, right? He said, bro, Floyd's a dog. That's what he said. He said Floyd's a dog. And a lot of people didn't know it. And this is Shane Mosley, y'all. Normally, when Shane catch you clean, it was over. The same Shane Mosley that knocked out Antonio Margarito didn't knock out Floyd. I need y'all to think about that for a second. Floyd's a dog. Floyd's a dog. And Andre Berto was the one that said, yo, that stiff jab to the body he used to throw, he was like, yo, that shit hurt. Nobody was running up on Floyd and doing something because they could eat something. He was a dog. Come on, man. All this pillowfish shit, this is things that these cats hear the haters say. Trillion, I just rinsed you up. You good, man. Don't worry about it. Family, we all disagree. We fight sometime, but it's all good. That's just what it is. And again, y'all, what Stormy just said, I just told you, Ramirez went to the hospital because he has a broken rib. Y'all didn't even see when the punch landed, did you? I saw it. BF saw it. Sugar Free saw it. Y'all didn't even know. So there was something that Devin put out that made Ramirez, and exactly what Stormy said. He went in there thinking he was going to fight the Devin Haney that fought Ryan. So he says, you know what? When he go in there and he starts doing this and that, they trained to fight a particular Devin. And it just didn't work out. And while he's trying to engage and get him into a fight, he ended up going to the hospital with a broken rib. Why is that not on Boxing Scene? I'm just curious. I haven't checked. Is it on there? Him going to the hospital? Or is there 1,001 articles talking about how he ran all night? And that's why I'm saying, us as supporters of the sport, when we support our own black fighters, we have to be careful about how we critique them. That was my only point. Freedom's March in that super chat. Back in that super chat, he says, Devin put the flu flops on Ramirez, but they don't want to talk about that. That's why they was quiet every time Dev landed at will. He did. Devin did what he wanted to do in there. Ramirez failed, y'all. And this is no shade to him. He did the best he could do. But I know he's a hell of a puncher. There was a big element of danger there. Big element of danger. But he couldn't connect. So when he goes back to the drawing board, what does he got? What does he have to do? Now, let's talk about the commentary. Every time there's a big fight, I run into Antonio Tarver. He don't know my name or nothing like that, but he was like, "Oh man, what's up, man?" We always dap it up or whatever. I didn't know he would be commentating the fight. So I'm listening to it, and it was cringe. I was like, ugh, man. Wow, that was pretty hard. It was hard to listen to. I could tune out commentary when the fighter that I'm supporting is actually doing what needs to be done. Stormy, your thoughts on the commentary as a whole? It wasn't only Antonio. It was everybody. It was everybody. Your thoughts?
I didn't like the fact that they were bringing Jim Lampley back anyway. I was totally against that. I thought that he and Larry Merchant were freaking finished and just done. Tarver, I think that what he does is he tries to give commentary that he feels that the people who've hired him, if he's saying things to please them, you know, and how's that, you know? But for a guy who fought, it's really interesting that he has the take that he does sometimes. It's like, it just doesn't go together. You know, you can see certain things that guys say, like, I don't like what Tim Bradley had to say about Devin Haney. You know what I mean? And when you look at Bradley, when we look back at his career, he made some decisions both in the ring and as far as taking fights and not taking fights that we've always kind of held his feet to the fire on that. But for him to say, for Devin to grow some balls, really?
That's what he said? I didn't hear that part. He said that?
Yeah. He said that Devin needs to grow some balls and get in there and mix it up or whatever. Well, Tim, the last time I checked, you were on deletion watch, self-deletion watch, because the people didn't embrace you with fanfare because you got a decision over Manny Pacquiao that you really didn't earn. And you were so distraught psychologically that you wanted to get rid of yourself.
Yo, Bradley is out of his, bro.
You know, not only when you shaved your head, maybe you shaved some brain cells too, huh? Because it's obvious that you weren't thinking clearly, huh? So for you to say what you said about Devin, let me tell you something about what Devin did. He came back after a year off, the longest layoff of his career, and after facing a guy who was roided up, juiced to the rafters, so to speak. We seen the pictures that the way Devin, the way Ryan looked when he fought Devin, and the way he had looked when he prepared for Rolly, two different body styles. So it's obvious that what Devin faced was not something natural, and what he had cut weight to do. So for you to say that he needs to grow some balls, the last time I checked, he finished that fight on his feet. And one of the things that I didn't get to finish saying when I was cooking on it just a moment ago was that these announcers have now taken on to suggesting that Devin embraced the villain role.
That guy,
Devin is a hero. You could never make the hero the villain when he has stood on the foundations of truth, just, and has represented in the most positive manner and been successful at doing it. And because you have all these other half-assers out here that don't want to make the sacrifices, because guess what? You catch bullets when you sacrifice for truth. You catch bullets when you stand up for the people. You catch bullets when you stand up in righteousness in a world that's glowing utterly darker and darker by the day. So when you have people who look like you, can be associated with you ethnically, and tell the world that you need to grow balls because they cut theirs at the door so that master could let them in the house. Yeah, that's the way they did them. When you were a house nigga, they cut your balls off so that you couldn't get aroused by their women while you were in the house. Know the history so you don't have to repeat it. Tim Bradley, what the hell is wrong with you? Oh,
let me tell you.
By the way, the last time we checked, your old lady ain't one of our old ladies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. We going there? Let's go there. And salute to Drake Lemonade in that super chat. Much love. He says, drugs ain't do nothing else. Let's go there. Good old buck dancing Tim. Wait a minute. Oh, hold on, y'all. Good old Tim. Tim, listen, man. You went in there and got the nod against Manny Pacquiao. You know what I did? I celebrated. I took the win. I said, F that, Tim won. Don't care. But you were so triggered in a win. You were so, oh, love me, love me, love me. You went home and was met by death threats by those Pactards. I'm not gonna put it on the Philippines. I'm put it on the Pactards. Calling your wife all kinds of fat bitches, threatening your half-breed kids. They said, and you broke both your feet or something in that fight because you wore no socks trying to be Mike Tyson, knowing you're not a puncher. These are facts. These are facts. You went in there, your feet got all sweaty, and you broke your feet or whatever happened. You got the win. But you were so in your mind with the depth that's threatening the kid. You went into the Ruben Provodnikov fight and fought the deepest fight I've ever seen. The whole time I'm watching it like, Tim is better than this. Why is he doing this with this guy? And that guy, although you won, you were so entertaining. I remember listening to Max Kellerman and Jim Lampley. I remember Max Kellerman saying, what is Tim made of? Stupidity. Because Ruben Provodnikov is a one-trick pony. Where is he now? And HBO wanted to get behind him so bad. You won that fight. Weren't you talking funny for like a year after that? Stupid shit. You see, what you're not is Devin Haney. Devin was robbed. And by the grace of God, they caught it. They caught it. Made it a no contest. Question, because I don't know. Did Tim Bradley get on Twitter or on his YouTube channel and talk about what a big racist punk Ryan Garcia is? Tim, you don't think that Devin was sharp and Ramirez couldn't close the distance to land something? Former unified champion? This is Devin. Devin, he has something to prove, and he proved it. I'm slick. I can't get touched. And by the way, sent Ramirez to the hospital with broken ribs, so when I did land, I broke something. Again. How many ribs did you break, Tim? Because as great as your physique was, you couldn't bust a grape. How dare you try and rip this young brother? How dare you? When we've seen your career, bruh. Those other two fights with Manny Pacquiao, that was the apology. You was doing somersaults in the ring. What are you doing, man? The Tim Bradley that I'm used to seeing is the one that beat one of my favorite fighters, Juan Manuel Marquez. That was Tim Bradley. Tim Bradley versus Provodnikov, that's not Tim. Tim Bradley versus Manny Pacquiao, the last two fights, that's not Tim. How dare you? How dare you, man? This is what drives me crazy. All these brothers have the potential for greatness, and you discredit yourself with your own behavior. This is disgusting, man. With what you went through. You should be the biggest Devin Haney supporter. When they do the camera, you should say they're good. You should be saying what I'm saying. Good. If y'all don't like what he's doing, turn it off. It was Ramirez's responsibility to make him do something different. He couldn't do it. You want to go in here and lead with your head against Provodnikov and start talking funny. Devin had nothing to prove. He didn't get cheated. I mean, he got cheated. Ryan needs something to prove. He's on drugs. He got outboxed by Rolly fucking Romero. How? Because Ryan trash. He's not gonna listen. There's no light work. He put himself on a pedestal after what he did to Devin, and he went up there and told everybody, "I did it before, and I'll do it again. If I gotta walk through him again, and I'm gonna walk through Rolly and walk through Devin." Yeah, all right. You got dropped in the second round. You guys got more smoke and venom for a kid that got robbed, and luckily it got caught, and they righted that wrong, and he came in there and looked sharp. What did y'all do? I saw a whole front row of orangutans slinging poo. Talk about guard yourself, Ryan. Every brother ain't your brother. I keep saying this. I'm looking at Shakur in the front row. I said, well, I'll be goddamn. You still rooting for this dude? I can ignore Mike Tyson. It's Mike Tyson, bro. And I'm watching B-Hop sitting there with a halfie. He's all upset. Oscar De La Hoya's flush red. His girlfriend. Botox busting out of her goddamn mouth. And here's the funny part. We told y'all all of this was a main event. There is no real main event, but y'all kept being, y'all was very insistent. Y'all insisted on saying Devin's on his undercard. Well, guess what? He was on an undercard and he won. Teofimo Lopez racist ass won. Ryan was the main event, and what happened? Dumbass pulling up in the Batmobile, looking like the Joker. Pulled up in the Batmobile and left like the Joker and cried in the goddamn car. Boxer Fan times 4 in that super chat. He says the biscuit storm is trying to secure an Amazon DAZN job. Probably. KBGJ in that super chat. He said, I'll never forgive Tim for eating a Popeye's chicken sandwich for Bob Arum on national TV. Bro. Ladies and gentlemen, he really did that. Fuck that.
He gonna cry in the car. He gonna cry in the car. He gonna cry in the car. He gonna cry in the car.
It's crazy. You get vitamin C too?
I just put on glutathione right now. I'm gonna perfect see everything in here.
It's weird. You start tasting it in your mouth. I love that.
What happens when Ryan Garcia does not have his super juice?
Whack, jack, smack. Right here.
Hey Ryan, they canceling the face-off. They try to kick us out. They canceling the face-off. Gotta pick it up, Ryan.
This is round 12.
Hey, I wanted to acknowledge our brother, Mr. Shelton, for hitting me up in the Cash App. Thank you so much, Mr. Shelton. He said, for the cook. Thank you, Mr. Shelton.
Salute, Mr. Shelton.
And $1 Trillion Dreams, no beef with you, brother. I just get into what I'm saying when I'm trying to make my point. So I just want to put that out there as well. So no beef with you or anything like that.
Ain't no beef. You know,
we good.
We just gotta stay on. We gotta stay on course here. We gotta stay on course.
And I'm all in the building of our brothers out here. I'm always protective of them. So that's the one thing.
We protect them until we can't. And guys like Tim Bradley and Bernard Hopkins had to let those guys go, man. Because I remember I didn't have a channel, and I was on here fussing with people on YouTube over Tim Bradley and Floyd and B-Hop. And for them to behave like this now, It's crazy. Yeah, we don't deal with ignorance here. Gerard Harlem in the building. Salute. He said all 3 Golden Boy fighters lost. Yup. And actually, this was Oscar De La Hoya on the floor on 42nd and 7th.
Can I ask you what's going on? 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 Can I ask you what's going on?
Tay Jones in the building, man. Salute. Oh, man. Oscar.
You suck dicks.
Oh, my God. Yep. Time reveals all truth. Time reveals all truth, man. Yeah, we don't deal. Hey, y'all see the troll? Y'all see the troll? Y'all see the troll? That must be Oscar. He's mad at me. Wait, who did I block? Who? Ray's son? Huh? Who did I block? Who? Whoa, 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 whoa. My bad. My bad. It was moving fast. My bad, Ray, son. My bad. Ray, son, that's my bad. It was moving. I was trying to get somebody else. My bad, my bad, my bad. Ray, son, you good, you good, you good. That was my bad.
Ray's son was like,
he was like,
"Can I ask what's going on?"
Ray's son was like, "Can I ask what's going on?" My bad, I got you. Tay Jones says, I think people really didn't understand Devin's game plan and why it was playing that the way it was. If you know how Ramirez fight, you know why it was smart what Devin did. Oh, man, bro. You a fighter. You know why he did. Shane Mosley told me what he was gonna do. Shane Mosley told me what they were gonna do. This was the plan. And if Ramirez was able to think outside that box, then there was a plan B, C, D. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna reveal, tell you know what it is. But Shane told me what it was. You know what I mean? Paper route, salute. Yeah, man. Yeah, you right, Tay. Yeah. Yeah, there was a troll in here I had to get rid of real quick. I'm sorry, Ray, son. The chat was moving. That's all right. You good. You good. You good. Yeah, but overall, it was a good night for me. You know what I'd like to see? You know what? Ryan's next fight. Let's talk about what Ryan Garcia should do next. Because it shouldn't be Devin. I mean, come on. And Rolly smoked him. It was so one-sided. I don't want to see that again. I think Ryan is done. But he ain't hanging it up. So let's see. I want to see Ryan Garcia versus Isaac Cruz. What you think about that?
Cruz ain't gonna fight him unless he do OSTT.
Yeah, well, he's fighting up in Saudi. He can't cheat over there. So he gonna be clean. It ain't gonna be none of this golden boy and we gonna be tested all week and all that shit they were saying, oh, he was tested all the way up to the week of. Lies. Test. He popped dirty after. They weighed in. We found out he was 3 pounds heavy. They looking for him after he got off the scale to go pee. He disappeared.
for like 8 hours. Stop this shit. And he got caught. Tay said Cruz or Gary Russell. I like that. I like that. You know, I like that. Oh, now you see this right here? This right here is a death sentence. That right there? Conor Ben kills Ryan Garcia.
Let's make the fight.
Make the fight. I like that.
Make the fight.
Oh, by the way, y'all, I met Conor Ben. He was here. UK. Yeah, fight him in the UK. That's a sellout. I met Conor Ben. Met him. He was here. Friendly dude. He's all healed up. He's ready to go. Conor Ben kills Ryan Garcia. Yo, y'all, listen, can I share my Derek Chisora story? This is the funniest goddamn, listen, check what happened, y'all. I got to share this story. I was live. And if you listen to my live, you hear me talking to Derek Chisora, right? But y'all really didn't see his face. Check this out, yo. Check this out. This shit happened, right? So DHP pulls up into it's after the fight's over. They come back to the event where there was the after party, right? So the Queen Sugar Free Mars, she says, "Didn't you say you wanted to meet Derek Chisora?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "He's right over there." I'm like, "Where?" She's like, "Right there." And I looked down. He's sitting on the couch. He got on a red hat, and he just blended in. He's just sitting there. There was a white guy sitting next to him, and he's just sitting there on the couch. He got his head down, kind of. So I'm live, right? I go over to him. Let me tell you what happened, bro. I go over to him, right? He's sitting down. Now, I don't know if this nigga was tired or what. I don't know. Because it was noisy, but I'm old. I could be in a club like that. It was like a lounge, and they got noisy. They start playing all this Jungle Bunny music. I can fall asleep if I'm tired. Matter of fact, BF was tired. He said, "Yo, I'm gonna go upstairs to take a nap. I'm tired," right? So I don't know if the brother was tired. He's sitting there, right? And he's just like sitting there like this. You hear me on the live say, "Oh shit, Del Boy, yo, what up, man? You an instant classic." You know, I'm giving them props. What y'all didn't see was I had my hand out like this. Derek, I didn't want to put the camera in his face. But Derek like looks up at me like this. He looks up at me just like this. And I'm like, oh shit. Now I'm live. I have my phone over here. I ain't want to like throw it in his face. I have my phone over here. And I have my hand out. And he's looking up at me. The white guy is like sitting there. And he looks up at me. And in my mind, I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not supposed to approach. Look, everyone's socializing. So my heart start racing because I know me. And I'm like, Lord, please don't let this get ugly. Because I know me. Now I'm giving you credit. I'm acknowledging your presence. Love the fact that you flew from the UK to support this brother. Bro, what the So if you listen to my live, you hear me giving him props. You didn't see my hand out. I have my hand out. He's sitting down. I'm like standing like not over him, but like, so then he looks at me and then he smiles. He goes, he says, and then we gave me a pound. And I walked off. And Sugar Free was standing there. And I was like, say word. Yo, I couldn't make heads or tails of this shit. I was like, damn. Get my whole, I was like, is he gonna stiff me? What the fuck? Nah, but he gave me a pound. And I'm thinking, real talk, real talk. From an athlete's perspective, you got to be careful. Now, let me speak up in Derek Chisol's defense. Y'all see the bullshit online. Y'all see there's always some asshole going up on these $1 million athletes, you know, saying stupid shit to them and then throwing the camera up and they know they can't do anything. You know what I'm saying? Looking for their 2 seconds of fame. You remember the dude that was fucking with Mike Tyson on the airplane, the white dude? And Mike had to turn around and slap him up. I think he broke his nose slapping him. It's like, yo, why are you bothering people? So what I'm thinking, yo, Sugar Free, that's what I said. I said, is he drunk? He wasn't drunk. I don't know. I don't know if he, I don't know. But he smiled, you know, he gave me a pound or whatever. He shook his head in the yes position. And I said, yo, let me leave this nigga alone. Because I wanted to talk to him. But I said, damn, you know, I didn't know what his mental, I didn't know what it was. But he acknowledged me, he gave me a pound, he shook his head, and I left him alone. But I was like, man, that was pretty odd, you know, but whatever. But in his defense, Ra Holman, it could be that. Because as a fighter, and he's been in some wars, bro. As a fighter, maybe things that takes a second or two to register. I don't know what he had going on. But it wasn't a situation. It was just odd at first. You know, it made me uncomfortable. I was like, oh, shit. What? But I left. He gave me a pound. I left. Little while later, he stood up. Right? He walked over. It was funny because Devin is surrounded. Everyone got their phone up. There's some professional photographers there. And he just like went through it, like this movie. I don't know if he said excuse me or not, but he went in there and he was talking to Bill and Dev or whatever. I don't know what was said. And they dapped it up and he left. But I'll say, shit, my God. You know, but listen, it's cool. Derek Chisora is my guy. And I mean it. When he retires, check the resume. He fought everybody. He ain't fight Deontay. And you know, but look, he'd fight anybody. You know, check the resume. If the Hall of Fame consists of what you did, you know, as far as the names you have, send them there. I fucks with Del Boy. I do. I fucks with him. And salute to him. I just want to share that with you. It was funny as hell. You know, but in his defense, everybody with a camera, you don't know what kind of attention they're looking for. You understand? So maybe he was like, yo, what this dude want? You know, is he about to do something? Because, you know, Americans are real weird. You know what I mean? So, you know, in his eyes, you know, and I feel him on that. If that's what it was. You know, I feel him on that. But, you know, salute to Del Boy, man. I fucks with Derek, man. Yeah, man, that was funny as hell. But look, man, we got the dub. We got the dub, man. I thought I uploaded that kind of band clip. It's a short clip. Me and salute to Claymore, salute to Blue Blood. We was with them. BF. Y'all already know, man. Y'all already know. And we represent it, man. We represent it. Smash my like. Thank you, Charles. Smash my like button, man. We outside. How many people we got on? We got 235 people watching on Drew Titan LLC. And I don't know how many likes we got. And on Pep Talk, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the Painful Excellence podcast. Let me, because that's my backup channel. I'm going to put that link in there. Y'all all need to go subscribe. I mean, you never know. You know, YouTube is weird. Next thing you know, they be like, oh, you know, you violated, so we gotta put you on the bench for a month. They did it before. That's why you have a backup channel, y'all. That's why you have a backup channel. So this is the link to my backup channel. That's the Painful Excellence podcast. And y'all make sure y'all go subscribe. Because also, That's really not a boxing channel. That's adult conversations and real life situations discussed with class, man. And I know I've been saying it, but I got some content coming up on Patreon. You know what I mean? And y'all make sure I go subscribe to my Patreon. If y'all have, Darnell, what up? If y'all have a moment, go to my Patreon. I don't even have that loaded up. Look at that. Here we go. Patreon. Sham it. What? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, y'all. My bad. I'm sorry. I'll do that later. Go subscribe to my Patreon, man. Anyway, I didn't even want to talk about the Canelo, that whole event. Salute to Badu Jack. He won it. Wait a minute. Yo, isn't Little Monster fighting right now?
He'll be on shortly. It's like there's 2 fights before. Espinosa's fighting before him, though.
Oh, okay. Okay. I want to check that out. All right, man. I ain't gonna long stroke y'all, man. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to my second channel. I got a third channel, but don't worry about that.
Speaking of Patreon, I got my Patreon tomorrow evening, about 6 p.m. It'll premiere. Patreon on my Stormy B-Man Reacts, the offshoot of Nerds, my review of the Thunderbolts. And I put it on Patreon because I'm using some footage and everything. So, yeah.
No diggity doubt. No diggity doubt, man. Thank you, brother. What is this? Retain moment. Okay. What up, man? Yo, salute. Acondo, put that up. Put up my damn page. Yeah, because it's giving me a pain in the ass, logging in, but whatever, man. Man, salute to y'all. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat. Now, Darnell, that the fight's coming up. I'm more hungry than a hostage, man. I gotta go eat some food, man. Salute to all the family. Salute to DHP, man. Salute to Bill. Always, the hospitality is on 10, man. Family is on 10. You know what I mean? Devin is, man. If y'all got around these brothers, man, y'all will totally understand. And I look at Devin and I hear him talk, and it's like, how the hell do you root against this kid, man? How do you root against this kid? And these motherfuckers, it's more than them. They want him to lose. They want him more than him just to lose. They want his demise, and that's disgusting, man. To hear Shakur scream about, yo, Ryan, keep your fist up, keep your arm, man. Shut up. You know what it is? Because y'all got y'all dick up for this dude. And there's no light work. That's what I was gonna say. There's no light work for Ryan. He's one of the 4 kings, right? That's what y'all told us. I told you no. I told you he wasn't. With that being said, there's no light work. Only main eventers at this point. I want Eastside Cruz. I want Gary Russell. Give him Teofimo Lopez. He'll take that fight. He'll end him. Teofimo Lopez knocks him out. Fuck out of here. Ryan Garcia's trash. Put him back in the trash where y'all got him. Junkie. He could smoke all the crack he want now. He could do all the drugs he want. He's a millionaire. And I'm going to tell you how weak he is. If he's not back in the ring in about 4 months, he is mentally weak. He gonna hurt himself. And I ain't wishing that on him, but I know the type. Trust me. I know the type. So Stormy, let them know how they can find you, brother. One more time.
Everybody can find me right here on the YouTube. The channel is Stormy B Man. That's Stormy B Man in all caps, but of course, no cap.
I'll see y'all in the AM, man. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelda, Cash App, the Super Chat. You already know what time it is, man. Bronx on deck.
Move! Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.